Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. This is Life in Denver. I am Joe. This is my business partner Monique. Today we're checking out Morrison, Colorado. Really cool area, very picturesque area. And one more thing to call out for all of our music lovers. This is definitely one you don't want to miss because this has a music venue that was actually the highest traveled music venue in the entire world. So definitely something you don't want to miss. All right guys, so jumping into things, obviously as Morrison is a very picturesque area, it is going to be closer to the mountains. So Morrison sits about a half hour from downtown. It is on the western side of the city. So it is going to be a little bit of a drive if you're considering commuting to downtown, just let me consider, I want to call it out for you guys. But what comes with that is it is super pretty. One of the prettiest towns in the entire Denver metro. And it is going to be more of that mountain style living, right? So it's going to be just fully encased in the mountains, and you're going to have just more mountain style living in the sense of their downtown there. It is going to be a little bit smaller. It's a super charming downtown, very nice downtown, but it's going to be not to the scale of something you'd expect, maybe a little bit closer to the metro. So like Littleton's downtown, Arvada's downtown, those are going to be more full-fledged versus it's going to be really more just one or two blocks here, what you find in Morrison.
Right, one of the cool things though, even though it is smaller, there are unique little boutiques. There's also some restaurants with picturesque outdoor seating areas, Tony Rigatoni's rooftops, rooftop seating areas. There's also a cool little restaurant with seating near the little river that runs through. So definitely a cute, picturesque option, and also something very appealing if you're looking to live in the mountains and you want that smaller town feel.
Definitely, and two restaurants we always call out to everyone who wants to go check that out. All of our clients we recommend Tony Rigatoni's just because we love the name, and it does have really cool rooftop seating, and then Red Rocks Grill. So both of those you'll find great little spots, and they are just truly on that little strip that shows you all the mountains. So definitely worth checking out downtown. All right, guys, so the next thing to call out, this is honestly the main draw to Morrison. This is the one we're calling out for all of our music lovers, not just music lovers, fitness lovers too, but it's Red Rocks Amphitheater. So obviously amphitheater in the name, it's a big music venue. Actually 2021, it was the biggest music venue in the entire world. So really cool. A ton of people come, great artists love to show up here. You'll see, everything all around. So you have, country, you have, EDM, just all
the
stuff.
Beatles came here once.
Yeah. So really
Beatles.
it's a very well-known crowd that comes here. It's not just like, little micro bands you've never heard of. It is definitely worth checking out. And what's cool too is if you're not into the music, like there's so many other things you can do too. So you have a ton of cool hiking trails that are all encased in the Red Rocks. You have really cool, Bear Creek Lake mountain views as well. So you get the lake views, just a ton of beautiful stuff. Highly recommend checking out the hiking trails here as well.
And if you don't want to hike, you can also stay within the amphitheater and use that, as Yoga on the Rocks does happen here every year in the summer. It starts early June and ends in August. And so definitely make sure, make sure you're a morning person because you have to be there by 7. So have your yoga mat on the stairs, ready to go, whatever pose you start in, right? You have to be ready to go. And it's really cool because you actually do see the sunrise and you're facing, the instructor. And it's just a really good calming way to start your day if you're into yoga. Some people may not want to do the yoga thing. There's a lot of people that show up after the yoga class ends and run up the stairs. It is about 192 stairs from the bottom all the way up. So they do that to get in, some cardio, some HIIT training, whatever the case may be. So definitely offers a lot of, options in terms of getting your fitness level in the amphitheater versus on the hikes. And another thing I want to call out, besides yoga on the rocks in the morning, is movies.
Oh, you stole it from me.
Yes, I stole it.
Go, take it.
Movie on the Rocks. Guys, keep in mind, Movie on the Rocks isn't necessarily the movies that you're going to find in your theaters.
Yes.
It's movies that have already come out and been out in market. So I think, for this particular summer, they're showing like Black Panther, and they're showing other movies that have already, Top Gun. So showing up a lot of like old classics, so to speak. Also, time frame is between June and August. So definitely some fun things to do in the summer and not necessarily require you to be so active on the hikes and the trails and stuff.
Definitely. And one thing to add on to Monique's point here, so you definitely find the movies, they kind of end tapering off towards the end of summer, but the music stuff, that goes all the way into like October, November. Like I've gone to late October shows and it's still totally enjoyable. Like you're not freezing, even when it is say 40, 50 degrees outside there, it's actually still pretty warm because everyone's body heat kind of retains and it really warms things up. So bring a light jacket, obviously be prepared if it is colder weather, but not to say you can enjoy like a really fun concert come October, November. So take that jacket. I bet you lose it 20 minutes in the show. I always just stash it in that kind of bleacher style seating they have there and it's a great time overall. All right, so then what do you want to do after you're done at Red Rocks, right? Because there's a lot of exercise, a lot of fun stuff to do, but at the end of the day, you got to wrap things up at some point and go enjoy yourself. So really two options we like to give a lot of our clients. So one, if you want to just have a little more relaxed day, you're kind of all tired out, you get the beer garden right at the bottom. That is an awesome spot. They have some nice outdoor seating, some good little snacks. So definitely a nice way to wrap up the day. But hey, if you're still feeling a little more active, you still want to get out there and enjoy some more sun, you do have Bear Creek Lake Park right at the bottom of the hill there too. So technically that Lakewood Morrison line, but very accessible if you're in Morrison. So that's a cool place too, because that's cool in the sense that they have two big lakes and they're actually separated in the sense that one's for motorized vehicles, so you're gonna
the
find
other one's for swimming, right?
Yeah, you're gonna find your boats and jet skis in one of those, and then like Monique was mentioning, your swimming, your kayaking, your paddleboarding, all that in the other. And the water is just much nicer in the swimming side of things, so you're not getting mixed with the boating.
Right.
Definitely, hey, it's just something to call out, because a lot of the lakes here, like, you will find that they are mixed. Like Chatfield over in Littleton, a lot of those you're swimming where the boats are, so very picturesque, but the water is not going to be as crisp and clean as you're going to find over at Bear Creek. So that's a really cool way to wrap up the day too, just because it is nice just to cool off. Like, it is hot there. On a hot summer day, you're doing those stairs, you got to jump in, and since we don't have beaches, this is the next best thing. So definitely something worth checking out. All right, guys, so one more fun activity we want to call out too here in Morrison, because, Red Rocks is more of it's an easier hiking, I will say. It's more kind of walking style trails. You have some hikes, but it's not going to be a full-fledged hike in the mountains, right? So another cool spot you can check out, you have Mount Falcon Park, and they have one trail I definitely recommend. It's their castle trail. So there was an old little castle there. It's ruins at this point, but it's definitely worth checking out because you can go kind of walk through the ruins, check all that out. Very, very cool area, and very cool views of the mountains, of course, while you're up there too. So just a very picturesque trail. It is a little bit on the longer side though, so it's going to be that 7 to 8 mile mark. So definitely bring some water, bring some snacks. It'll probably take you, 3-4 hours to get through that trail. So I would definitely recommend do it earlier in the morning, because then you're not getting hit with that peak heat middle of the day, because that is pretty brutal. I've done it midday and whew, it's a sweat fest. So I would definitely say do the mornings.
You can also get, we do tend to get afternoon rainstorms, so definitely want to do it early in the morning, because if not, you will catch that afternoon rain, I promise.
Which might feel nice. It might cool you off, but I'd say do the morning and then go cool off at Bear Creek. Don't catch the rain, because that's not as pleasant. So definitely something just to call out. But definitely the next thing I want to hit on for you guys too is housing, right? You're loving all these fun activities out here in Morrison. What does the housing look like? Well, before we jump into that, quick little reminder for you guys, we are licensed realtors out here in the state of Colorado. So that number popping up down below, we're the ones who answer the phone calls, text messages, emails. Any of you guys have real estate need-wise, any questions at all on, existing home, new build communities, whatever it is we're about to get into this, definitely reach out. We would love to hear from you guys.
Right, and as Joe touched on, one of the cool things about Morrison is it does offer both of those options.
It does.
So you could definitely go in the older community, older, more established homes. You get more of your ranch style homes, kind of more of the mountain-esque feel is what I'd call it. Or you can, go what Joe always likes to refer to as the new builds and the modern, more newer homes that have all of the amenities that Joe loves.
I am a new build fanboy, so let me touch on that, right? So we got Red Rocks Ranch over here. That's a really, really cool community. It's actually right next door to Solterra over in Lakewood, because those two border each other very closely. But it's cool because it has everything that any other new build community has to offer, right? So you have the walking trails, you have the cool little community center, the playgrounds, all that nice stuff for the kids and everything.
The pools.
The pools, yep. And what's really cool too is, I will say, you have really good views. If you don't want to go to the pool, right, you can go to the lake. So you got Bear Creek literally right below it. So you have the lake views, and just like Solterra, it's completely encased in the mountains. So really, really a great community all around. Definitely worth checking out. All right, guys, so we hope you enjoyed this one. Morrison, Colorado, an awesome, awesome spot to check out. Well, like we said, one of the most picturesque places in all of the Denver Metro. So we hope you enjoyed. Any questions, as always, reach out anytime. We'd love to hear from you guys. But with that being said, thanks so much for watching. We will catch you in the next one.
See you guys.